Welcome back again. This is your reading for Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. As you can see, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot. Let's see, what three cards? Please bring through. Thank you. I should say thank you for bringing through three cards to give us all the information or enough information to help us with best utilizing the energies of today. March 23rd. Right there. We're only a week away from Neptune moving into Aries. Woo! Okay. So, being famous to yourself in the morning. Midday theme for the day is Seven of Pentacles. Oh, and then we have the Ten of Swords, which is really different in this deck, and I actually kind of like it. Except for, I don't know, Ten of Swords and the Rider-Waite-Smith is good for thinking about acupuncture. Question is it face up or face down? But in this deck, she went through some things with the first card she had and then did a lot of deep work and came back with this one, which is actually really nice. So, okay, with the theme for the day being the Seven of Pentacles, this is our card for reevaluating situations. Now, with Mercury retrograde, that is absolutely perfect. Revisiting things, renewing things, reevaluating, those are all recycling. All of those words are perfect for Mercury retrograde. Also, being careful with our communication is probably the reason why we have the Ten of Swords here. I notice that people we are misunderstanding each other. They're not hearing me, what I'm saying, and they're responding in ways that that tell me that they either didn't listen, which is so easy to do. I don't take it personally, and I don't blame anybody for it because, we put on there's so many podcasts. Sometimes people have the TV and the news on, maybe muted, and they're listening to a book on, Audible or something like that, or an audiobook program, or listening to a podcast, and then you're doing stuff around the house too, or you're driving. It's so easy to get distracted. So the Seven of Pentacles, that helps bring us back into that phase of focusing in on our vision, so that we can get a new perspective as to where we're going to have rewards and not risk wasting our time anymore or investments, And I love the artwork in this card too, because he's consciously directing his energy into the seeds that he has planted. And he's realizing he needs to visualize what he wants. And he's doing his best. You can only do your best. And like I was saying before, like last week, I think, or a few days ago, that not all seeds, sprout. So we have to plant a lot of different seeds. And then as they start to come to fruition, well, they're not going to come to fruition if we don't water them and give them energy, and they need warmth and sunlight. They need our focus and our vision. Whatever it is that you're working on, you're going to understand that you're going to have victory if you focus your intention and keep working it. So that's the main message. When it comes to manifesting, this is really good. The Ten of Swords is walking away from what doesn't work anymore, simply put. Now, in the other deck, like in, we all know this card, right? Hold on. Oh, my God. It's the dreaded card. That's what it really looks like. We're not walking away yet. We're down because somebody's betrayed us. We've lost in a way that there's just forget about it. There's major defeat. It's a total ending. It's tantamount to the coffin card in the tarot and the fatality card in the Kipper. Same thing, right? The tens, we're done. The whole suit of tens is a completion. Not even, it's gone beyond the culmination of the 9, but it's an actual completion. Now, the swords, see, that's the thing here. In the Rider-Waite-Smith, the swords look so much more dramatic than they do in other decks because, well, I mean, when you think about swords, they're the realm of communication, right? They're ruled by Mercury. Swords can be pins. I don't know, is this a wand or a sword? Like, what is this? You know, it's a tool. So when we're done with our tools and we're done being a tool, when we're done with words that are harsh and mean, when we're done being backstabbed, when we're done being criticized, when we're done with crisis, when we're done with being judged, then we're so done, we're walking away. We're walking into the light, and those 10 swords are flying away. So, you know, I mean, in this deck, it's a completely different piece of art. So, whichever way you want to get it, I mean, this is good for acupuncture, but I wouldn't want any big needles like that. And they don't necessarily, do they put them in the spine? Maybe, yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I only remember having acupuncture face up. I had those other things, I shouldn't say anything about it because I just didn't have a good experience, but those like moxibustion or whatever, where you get bruises because they're using heat to like try to pull out toxins. Turns out I didn't have very many toxins, and that just made me sick. So anyway, yeah. So 6 of Wands, being seen and heard and recognizing yourself, patting yourself on the back, waking up in the morning going, you know what, this is going to be my day and I'm going to be victorious about whatever, I'm going to have some kind of victory about whatever I walk towards. Maybe this is another day of this, because especially on the weekends for a while, I mean, until the people take the power back, I am thinking that the weekends are full of protests, and this, you know, this looks like it. And then we're walking away later in the evening going, well, we did our best. I mean, there are a lot of young people that don't mind, and it's happening all over the world, and they don't mind, you know, getting arrested. It's like, okay, John Lewis, good trouble, right? Turns out Selma is all over the world. That bridge is all over the world. Okay. And everybody thought, I mean, we kept going, well, Pluto, when Pluto makes it to Aquarius, it's all just going to be, you know, light and bright and fine. And I kept saying, oh, there's a dark side to Aquarian energy. And it's bigotry. So we're dealing with that. But today, astrologically, the moon's still in Capricorn, of course. It's midway through the sign. So we're in that learning of lessons phase, and which will go very well with our 7 of Pentacles. We're definitely learning how to nurture the things that we want to bring in. And early this morning, we have, well, actually, as the moon continues on, all morning, and let's see, it goes 1 degree every 2 hours. So yeah, all day, but most of the day, it's going to be opposing Mars. So this is a lot of cardinal, you know, get her done type of energy. Might be focusing on, you know, well, anytime Mars is in Cancer, a lot of times it's about food and farming, cooking, all the stuff around the home, getting the home ready. Maybe people are moving too, moving home. But with the moon in Capricorn, this is really, really good for being very self-responsible to create that solid, strong foundation. And you can see that Mars has moved to finally, one degree forward. We're at 21 degrees. We're still at that, we're in the last phase where we're deepening that process. So this is good for storing up, for, thinking of all the things that we're wanting to have on hand, and all the things that we need to take care of our loved ones, fur babies, and maybe have some extra for neighbors, all of that. Thinking where we can donate. But most of all, control. With the opposition here, there's a confrontation about controlling. We're in the mood to control so that we're safe. Okay? And oppositions do lead to breakthroughs if you keep working that energy, But it might be literally one of those days, especially in the morning, where you're going back and forth between, maybe you're cleaning out the pantry. Maybe if you have a pantry, maybe you're cleaning out things like that. Maybe it's literally the garage. Maybe it's a family member who's working in the garage helping you out that way, and you're in the kitchen or back, or vice versa, whoever does what. But there's some joint effort here. The moon in Capricorn can be very akin to teamwork, especially when there's Mars energy over on one side. So the moon now has moved far enough to where it is squaring Chiron. So again, we're thinking about existence and, making sure that we assert ourselves. Existence so that we have the independence that we want. And really, empowering more and more women. Mars in Cancer is more feminine. And both signs, both Cancer and Capricorn, are kind of shy, so it might be more quiet type of work. But then again, I'm still seeing protests. Now, Pluto with the 3 sextiles, 3 degrees here, 2 degrees here, 3 degrees here, 5 degrees. So we have the Sun and Venus and Mercury, again, all in Aries, along with Chiron and Eris. But we kind of have to separate these two out because of the degrees, right? These aren't all conjunct. What's conjunct is Venus, Sun, and Mercury, you can see. And with the sextiles, those are opportunities. You don't get it for free. You always have to work it. But they are opportunities to manifest in ways that bring in more power and freedom for you. But we're fighting against, we're fighting against a bigotry. We're fighting against people who think they're so clever, and they're the ones with all the intelligence, and they've got their opinions, and they want to reform things to suit their own greed and their own what they think are needs, because they really just want to win. They want to be like top dog above the other, right? Right? It's always that. So, it's pride. It's back to pride. Now, humanity at large and being sociable and in solidarity together, that's real power. These other guys they're working from dark power. But that's not real power, because it doesn't last. They'll end up in ingesting themselves, imploding, because they're going to fight each other. Let's just wait and see how long it takes before Leon and the felon are fighting. It won't be long. But meanwhile, our MAGA friends can enjoy seeing little X go on Air Force One and looking like, maybe looking like Trump is nurturing him. No, he's not. He's not at all. He just can't control him. Poor kid. Looks just like his mom. I wish he could go visit his mom. So, okay, the only other thing I want to talk about is the moon in conjunct Jupiter. So, the moon is the mood. We're serious. We're taking self-responsibility. We're trying to be in control of what matters to us most, which is usually, safety, security, finances. And we're making adjustments because new information keeps blowing up. New information keeps coming through. Maybe that's why we had that Ten of Swords. Again, swords can be words, communication, right? And we are maxed out. Maybe this is the government and we've had it. So, yeah. The Ten of Swords, when it comes to astrologically, it is the sun in Gemini. Maybe they're hot pokers. Okay, I'm going to stop. Thanks, you guys. Have a really good weekend. Bye.